Shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD from YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI AHBAD. I'm profitable service, St. Petersburg, Florida, GMS Tampa Bay 12. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI, double honors to my elder apostles at Great Millstone, second honors to the 144,000. Peace and blessing to the 1/3, and peace and blessing to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. And I ran across this article on RT, and as we know, there's a lot of satanic worship here in America, and they try and push the same vibration through the four corners of the earth. And as you can see, this image that you see here is Baphomet. And also to my knowledge that the word Muhammad goes back to the word Baphomet as well too. And Baphomet is basically if you look at the true image of Baphomet, it will really depict it as a hermaphrodite, have breasts, also genitalia of a man and woman. And as you can see, when the hand's up in the air, that's representing the sun, and with the hand down, that also represents, like the moon. And as you can see, you have the children, the two children here, they're worshiping him. You see the goat. And when you look at the one on the right, that's a Jake. You can see the little fro. The one on the left look like a Edomite girl. And when you think about the goat, that rough goat, also spoken about in Daniel, the 8th chapter. That rough goat goes back to Greece, and that horn goes back to Alexander the Greek. And I'm just looking at the symbolisms here as well. You see they have wings on the back. Now that reminds me of what is it? The devil. Because when you think about Satan, they say it's also as beautiful, one of the most beautiful angels as well. And like when you think about America, when John the Revelator saw America, he was marveled, but the angel was like, "Why be so marveled? It's going to be destroyed." Despite as wicked as it is here in this society, John the Revelator thought it was beautiful, and that's how a lot of people see things here. Like the devil, the biggest lie that the devil has ever told you is that he don't exist when he does. And when you look here in the abdomen area, all right, that also reminds me of the symbol that they use for the paramedics, if I'm not mistaken, on the Blue Cross. You have the staff with the winding serpents going around it, and that goes back to the pharmaceutical industry as well, where pharmakia goes back to witchcraft, which when you take these drugs, it alters your mind state, and it makes people act differently, and it messes with your biochemistry and your brain. But all of these symbols basically just goes to show you that the society that we living in does not fear or does not believe in God or YAHAWASHI, because this is a satanic temple, Sioux City, for withdrawing permission for devilish monument. And it's a spirit for them to say that word devilish, because they go to show you that America is really that mystery whore Babylon is written up in the Bible. It says the controversial satanic temple is giving its lawyers another workout, this time suing a city in Minnesota for withdrawing permission for a monument dedicated to the devil. Okay? Now, when we sit here and say the so-called white man, woman, and child are the devil, people get up in arms and get upset and say you're being racist or you're a bigot. But here it is, right here in plain sight. They show you who they truly are. When you look at all those hardcore rock bands, they always throwing up the devil horns, And Jake do it a lot today too. Steph Curry hit a three. He'll put the 3 fingers down with a circle, which like going back to the all-seeing eye. And you can also see that on the back of the dollar bill. So there's a lot of symbolism that goes on with America, because like in the Heavenly Father deals with, I won't say he lived with symbolism, but like he dealt with numerology as well. Like you have the number 12, which is 12 tribes of Israel. Well, there's 12 months in a year. You know what I'm saying? When you learn your timetables, the last number they teach you was 12. But Esau, they won't have the number 13 on the elevator, or there's 13 steps You know, where you walking up a flight of stairs, and then you have the book The 13 Tribe by Arthur Koestler, and they always tell you, oh, Friday the 13th, you know, weird things happen on Friday the 13th. 666, you know, which goes back to the barcode, the UPC. That's the number of a man. Esau created that number, and they show these symbolisms all over. But you know, I'm not gonna speak too much more on. I just want to pull out some precepts out of the Bible to go to show you that America is that mystery hall Babylon, and it's the habitation of devils. All right, because they say they want to make a monument dedicated to the devil. All right, so without further ado, Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a great voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right, so before I go any further, I want to pull out a precept real quick that goes to show you that despite the fact everyone in America always want to say God this and God that, well, there's more than one God, but you don't give reverence to the God of the Bible, which is the God of Israel. And like the elders always say, you don't see Esau making movies about the Quran or Enuma Elish or Epic of Gilgamesh. They always making movies about what? The Bible. And they always inaugurate on what? The Bible. But they don't uphold any of the words or the laws inside of the Bible. Psalm 50 and 17. Seeing thou, so I'm going to start at 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Because they'll say, God bless America, or we're Christians, we're Baptists, we're Jehovah Witness, but they don't keep any of the commandments in the Bible. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Even the Lord said to swear not, but you swear on the Bible. All right. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. And that's exactly what they do here. You know, here it is. In America, you can do as thy will. But the moment we talk about the Bible, now they deem us as terrorists. They deem us as criminals, as evil men, you know, because they despise the word. But let's get back into Revelation 18 and 2. He cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Like, if you look at the society today, there's no limit to what evil you can become. I mean, there is absolutely no limit. I could sit here all day and speak of all the evil and every foul spirit you can be. You could be anything in America, but you can't be an Israelite. You know, you can't be a follower of YAHAWASHI. And that's how the society is. And they uphold the devil. Because the word devil basically means a liar or slanderer. But before I go any further, let me go to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Now, this, even though this scripture is talking about the Israelites, you can still use this precept towards Esau, you know, because they follow after Esau. All right, John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And I go to show you that what 1 John 2 and 15, it said the love of the Father is not in the world. It said love not the world, because the love of the Father is not in the world. Because the lust thereof are evil. All right. He was a murderer from the beginning. They go back to Cain. I think it's Quanah, if I'm not mistaken, which basically means spear, or like a weapon. All right. Because Cain slayed his brother Abel. And so that go back to Esau, that mark, the wicked. He was that wicked seed from the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him, because he didn't follow the instructions of the Lord. And that goes right back to Psalms 50. The Lord told him to give a certain sacrifice or offering, and he didn't do it. And because we wasn't blessed like his brother, he wanted to slay his brother. Well, that sounds like Jacob and Esau. Well, he speaketh a lie, speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So he don't deal with the truth. He loved the lie more than the truth. All right. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. So when we speak these words, the truth of the Bible, they despise it. That's why they want to make a monument to the devil, because they don't like the truth. The truth hurts. You know, so let's go into that word devil really quick, because America is the habitation of devils. All right, the word devil go back to the word diablos, prone to slander, prone to it, slanderous, accusing falsely. We'll be here all day. We can go back to Osama bin Laden, Kim Jong-un, Maduro right now, the Assad regime, Russia, Iran. You know, Esau just the wicked. They will lie on you just to find a way to try and get over on you or to oppress you more and more. All right, let me go down to the second verse. Metaphor, apply to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. So when we say you are the devil, that's the truth. And a prime example too, to go right back to this article. This is you right here. You oppose the Heavenly Father. You want to worship the devil, and you want to give honor to the devil, because this is the habitation of devils. All right, but nonetheless, I pray you were edified with this video. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Bashim Chakadash, the most of my old apostles. Peace and blessings to you, brothers. To the 1/3, into the confusion of faces. Like I always say, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Shalaki YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Bashim Chakadash. Like I always say, man, Palatam Yad, Lawan Mahar, Lawan Kanai. Shalom.